800-444-2013. 800-444-2013 or visit biglou.com. Remember, Big Lou's like you. He's on meds too. 800-444-2013.
Hey, it's Covino and Rich. And whether you're heading to the office, kicking back to watch the game, or enjoying a night on the town, Travis Matthew has you covered. They create versatile apparel designed to make you look and feel your best, wherever the day takes you.
From performance-driven styles to everyday essentials for both men and women, Travis Matthew bridges the gap between style and comfort. Ready to elevate your everyday? Visit TravisMatthew.com and get 20% off your first order when you sign up for email. That's TravisMatthew.com.
The JB and Sandy Show podcast. Stream it on the iHeartRadio app.
The crash is cleared on I-35 southbound at Breaker Lane, but the damage to the morning commute has already been done. You're looking about a 30-minute out-of-your drive starting from Howard. And further southbound past this spot at Runberg Lane, a crash has the right lane blocked off. And earlier troubles on 290 westbound at Congress Avenue have also been taken care of. I'm Jason Fostick with a look at Austin area traffic.
This report is sponsored by Rapid Radios.
Rapid Radios are instant push-to-talk walkie-talkies, offering national LTE coverage and no subscription ever. Perfect for instant contact with an aging parent. For a limited time, go to rapidradios.com and you'll get an extra 60% off, free UPS shipping, and add code radio for an extra 5% off.
What's the best place to reach new customers for your business? Wherever they are. And that's exactly where you can be with iHeartMedia. We talk to our listeners everywhere, from the car to the gym to the kitchen. Your next customer is listening. And not only can we get your message to your audience, we can also show you how it's working in real time. That goes for broad brand messaging and targeted hyperlocal influencer campaigns alike. Start growing your business today at iHeartAdvertising.com. That's iHeartAdvertising.com.
Is credit card debt ruining your life? Did you know you have a right to settle that debt for much less than you owe? DebtBlue has helped people just like you resolve millions of dollars of high-interest credit card debt. They can help with payment relief, the burden of rising inflation, and have a large portion of your debt wiped clean. If you have $10,000 or more in credit card debt, a free 10-minute phone call could save you thousands. Discover how to reduce or completely resolve your credit card debt. In fact, we're so sure that we can reduce your debt that we offer the DebtBlue Success Guarantee. We don't get paid unless your debt gets reduced or resolved, so there's absolutely no risk to call. For your free debt resolution plan, call 800-200-0788. That's 800-200-0788. The call is free. The consultation is free. The more you owe, the more you can save. Call now, 800-200-0788, 800-200-0788.
I'm Dr. Damon Tanton for Viome. Viome's full body intelligence test is the new science in anti-aging and life-extending insights. Viome analyzes your biological age to see if your body is aging too rapidly. You'll learn how making simple, precise changes in certain foods and supplements can, get this, slow your aging, keep you looking young, and help prevent future health issues. Next, Viome doctors design supplements specifically to your body's needs. Their job is to slow down and help reverse how fast your body is aging. And your Viome microbiome test reveals why you have stomach issues, don't sleep well, have low energy, even why you can't lose weight and more. Viome reboots your body to live longer, live healthier, and look younger.
Viome is changing lives. Order your full body intelligence test online and save $50. Viome guarantees rapid, remarkable health improvements your doctor will notice. Visit Viome.com, promo code THRIVE. That's Viome.com, promo code THRIVE.
Some things can steal your sunshine. Ugh, I just got my hair done.
Sorry, the cooler's broken. Anyone see my flip-flops? Anyone?
But COVID-19 can steal a lot more.
I just took a COVID test. Ugh.
Prescription medications for COVID exist. If you test positive this summer, ask your doctor if they're right for you. Visit PfizerForAll.com/COVID-19 to learn more. Sponsored by Pfizer.
We all remember that one teacher who made a difference, who believed in us, challenged us, made learning fun. Now's your chance to say thank you in a big way. iHeartRadio's Thank a Teacher, powered by Donors Choose, celebrating the incredible impact of public school educators. Nominate an outstanding teacher in your life who's gone above and beyond for their students to be among the winners of $5,000 to stock their classroom. Help us say thank you to the educators shaping our future. Get all the info and nominate a teacher who goes the extra mile today at iHeartRadio.com/teachers.
From the official Sports Station Studios, Sports Radio 1300 The Zone, KDET AM Austin, your home for the Horns, and the #1 preset in your car and on the free iHeartRadio app.
The morning kickball.
The morning kickoff. It's the morning kickoff with Mike Hardball Hardge and the world's strongest man, WWE Hall of Famer Mark Henry, on your home for the Horns, 1300 The Zone.
Good morning, Austin, K-Town, Pflugerville, H-Town, Maryland, El Paso, Leander, and Silsbee, Texas, or wherever you may be listening. This is a way back Wednesday edition of the morning kickoff right here on AM 1300, The Zone. Texas will make its announcement of its 10-member class of the Hall of Honor today, and we will interview people that will definitely be going in. Micah Parsons speaks at camps and makes it clear why he's there. Danny Davis of the Austin American Statesman talks all things Texas Longhorns at 7:34. The Round Rock Express are having a unique event this weekend, and the Honey Badger has officially retired from the NFL. I'm your host, Mike Hardball Hardge. My co-host is a WWE Hall of Famer and recognized as the world's strongest man. He is the Mark Henry, but Mark is out today. He's dealing with a family situation. So as you know, his mother-in-law has passed away, and so he's going to be with his family for that funeral. Our guy Marcus is behind the boards, and if you want to be a part of the show, all you got to do is text the word Texas, followed by your message to 81530. Standard data and message rates may apply. That's the word Texas, followed by your message to 81530. Standard data and message rates may apply. Also, we're going to give you a chance to win a pair of tickets to go see Coheb and Cambria. All you got to do is pay attention. I'll give you the keyword, but you got to have that new and improved and always free iHeartRadio app. You're going to use the talkback feature. You're going to leave us a message, and you'll give yourself a chance to win a pair of tickets. Now, as I mentioned to you just a little while ago at the opening, the Texas Longhorn Hall of Honor will be announced this morning, actually, around 10 o'clock. So make sure that you're paying attention to that. But we are privy enough to have two people that will be introduced as Texas Hall of Honor members. I'm not going to tell you who they are. You just got to tune in. At 8 o'clock, we'll have the first one. At 8:17, we will have the second person. So I want to make sure that you are all dialed in, tuned in for that special announcement of the two of the 10 inductees that will be joining. For those that are wondering, the 10 member student athletes will be inducted into the Texas Athletics Hall of Honor. There are 10 individuals that will be recognized of the class of 2025 in an induction ceremony that will take place Friday, September the 12th. The ceremony will start at 7. It will be at LBJ Auditorium and Conference Center on UT campus. The tickets for general admission are $25. All you have to do is get over to TexasLonghorns.com, and you will get an opportunity to buy some tickets so you can go and be in front of this event. I've been to 3 inductees. I've been invited to all 3 because I've had some friends that were inducted into the Texas Hall of Honor. It's a great ceremony, so much fun, and these people get recognized for their achievements on the 40 acres while they were at the University of Texas. And, of course, they did some things after they left, but I think it's pretty doggone cool that Texas will have this ceremony coming up September the 12th. Speaking of lifetime Longhorns and being able to achieve certain things, I'm interested in this because Marcus and I were having a conversation about this earlier. And in life, people love to build you up to tear you down. We've seen it happen multiple times in so many different areas, especially when it comes to sports. Now, the one thing that I always have a tough time with is when people are good at what they do, people try to find the negative in it. Oh, he's too cocky. Oh, he's this or she's that or whatever. They always try to find that negative connotation in which they try to stay at you. And right now, people are looking at Scotty Scheffler and really talking about who Scotty Scheffler is, what's his demeanor. He is the best golfer in the world at this time. The most drama that he's had is he got arrested at a golf tournament for accidentally driving through a place where there was something going on, and the guy didn't know who he was, and he got arrested, got a mug shot, all these different things. And that is probably the extent of Scotty Scheffler's off the field shenanigans, I guess you would say. But I want you to listen to former Texas Longhorn Jordan Spieth. Now, we played this for you on Monday, I believe it was. But I wanted to play it again because I'm a little disappointed in the fact that people are now attacking Scotty Scheffler because he doesn't create any drama.
He doesn't care to be a superstar. He's not transcending the game like Tiger did. He's not bringing it to non-golf audience necessarily. He doesn't want to go do, the stuff that, a lot of us go do corporately, anything like that. He just wants to get away from the game and separate the two, because I know that he, at one time felt it was too much, that he was taking it with him. And, whenever he made that switch, I don't know when it was, but, he has hobbies, he's always with his family. They're always doing stuff. So I think it's more so the difference in personality from any other superstar that you've seen in the modern era and maybe any sport. I don't think anybody's like him.
I don't think anybody's like him is a great way of summing it up. But is that a problem?
No, it's not a problem at all. It's actually
refreshing.
Yeah, it's basically like I said earlier. Well, I didn't say it. Y'all didn't hear me say it, but he has a lunch pail mentality. He just comes to work, does his job, and he does his job well.
Yeah, and the thing about it for me is, what happened to having a role model that actually cares about his family, that actually cares about the time that he spends with the loved ones that he wants to be around? So Scotty Scheffler is one of the best golfers in the world. Everybody wanted Tiger Woods. Tiger. You saw what happened to Tiger. Tiger fell apart.
Yeah,
his life changed so much in the public eye because everybody wanted to tear him down when they found out he wasn't, quote unquote, the guy that they thought he was.
Yeah, he wasn't clean cut like everybody thought.
Now you have a guy in Scotty Scheffler that told you that things are bigger to him than just golf. He just happens to be really good at it. Like really good.
The best of the best of the best.
He's building at UT Golf Club. He's helping do things. He's a good person. And I firmly believe that situation where he got arrested really got into his mind. Like because he's got pictures, right? You got visions.
Yeah.
It wasn't hard time. He didn't spend a lot of time in there. It was the fact of the matter that he was in a bad place that he had zero control over. It wasn't his fault. It was in a sense, but it wasn't his fault because they didn't realize what he was doing. They thought he was obstructing something. Okay.
Did he realize what was going on?
No, that's what I'm saying.
See, and that's the part that we just don't discuss enough, is that was a situation in which he didn't know what was going on and he was arrested.
Yeah, all he was trying to do was get to the golf course.
He was basically trying to get to work.
Trying to get to work. And Now, all of a sudden, people are questioning. I heard our guy, Colin Cowherd. I heard him yesterday talking about, he just doesn't move the needle. Like, what needle do you need to have moved when you can, all you need to talk about was how he just won the golf tournament by 7 shots. He won it. It was boring because he was that good.
It was boring because he was up 7 shots.
Exactly. So why is it that now we're looking at a guy, as I said, that is at the very top of his game, and yet people want to question, he's not that exciting. He's not that excitable. Well, when people went to live, y'all went crazy. You were losing your mind about live. Now Scotty playing at an all-time epic pace right now is the face of golf, and y'all are mad. I thought golf was supposed to be one of those quiet sports. I thought golf was, you're supposed to get the little clap and keep it moving.
Yeah, back in the days, golf was supposed to be the sport that everybody say the guys were boring.
Exactly. And now we're penalizing a guy for being good at his job and not causing drama off the course. Come on, man. Let's be better, America. Come on. Coming up next, I got to go to Oxnard, California. Jerry Jones said his piece, and now Trayvon Diggs and Micah Parsons says theirs. We're just getting started on an epic day here on the Morning Kickoff on Sports Radio, AM 1300, The Zone.
The voice of the Horns, Craig Way on 1300 The Zone, weekdays at 2.
The JB and Sandy Show podcast. Stream it on the iHeartRadio app.
The drive on I-35 southbound is slow this morning after a couple of crashes have cleared between Westinghouse Road down to Cesar Chavez. Plan for 30 minutes to be added to your drive. The opposite end of I-35 northbound is also slow from Highway 45 over to Highway 290, and speeds are starting to bog down on Mopac southbound from Parmer over to Breaker. I'm Jason Fossick with a look at Austin area traffic.
This report is sponsored by Rapid Radios.
Rapid Radios are instant push-to-talk walkie-talkies offering national LTE coverage and no subscription ever. Perfect for instant contact with an aging parent. For a limited time, go to rapidradios.com and you'll get an extra 60% off, free UPS shipping, and add code RADIO for an extra 5% off.
Take me out to the ball game.
Book a stay out of town.
Book a spa package and lounge by the pool.
The kids agree that this trip really rules,
So we'll book an apartment with space for the whole family. And it's 1, 2, 3 clicks away to your perfect Booking.com stay.
The right stay can make you a fan of any U.S. city. Booking.com, Booking.yeah.
Official accommodation partner of MLB.
Lowe's knows big savings make a big difference, especially when you're shopping for appliances. Hurry in to get up to 30% off select major appliances. Plus, My Lowe's Rewards members get free delivery, free haul away, free installation and parts on purchases of $2,500 or more. Lowe's, we help, you save. Valid through 7/30. Selection varies by location. While supplies last. Price, delivery time, and vehicle availability may vary based on order size and location. Exclusions apply. See Lowe's.com/delivery for more details.
At CertaPro Painters, we know that a happy place comes in many colors, like ones that inspire a sense of wonder, or a new flavor that makes life just a little bit sweeter, or one to celebrate those moments that lift you to new heights. With thousands of 5-star reviews, you can trust us to bring happiness home. CertaPro Painters. That's painting happy. Each CertaPro Painters business is independently owned and operated. Contractor license and registration information is available at CertaPro.com.
Would you drive 10 minutes for $500? That's the distance from CarMax to Henna Chevrolet. And Henna guarantees you $500 more than any CarMax offer for your vehicle. Just show Henna your written CarMax appraisal offer within 7 days, and you'll get $1,000 more guaranteed. Is your time worth $50 a minute? It is at Henna. Come get your money at Henna.com.
Henna Chevrolet, we'll always stand by you.
Together, let's drive.
Do Crohn's disease or ulcerative colitis symptoms keep coming back? Tremfya, guselkumab, may help, with rapid remission achieved at 12 weeks and lasting clinical remission at 1 year. Some even saw visible improvement of their intestinal lining at 12 weeks and 1 year. Tremfya is a prescription medicine used to treat adults with moderately to severely active Crohn's disease and adults with moderately to severely active ulcerative colitis. Serious allergic reactions and increased risk of infections and liver problems may occur. Before treatment, your doctor should check you for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor if you have an infection, flu-like symptoms, or if you need a vaccine. Healing is possible with Tremfya. Approximately 3 out of 10 patients were in endoscopic remission at 1 year, based on areas visualized on colonoscopy, which may not represent the deeper bowel layer or entire GI tract. Individual results may vary. Ask your doctor about Tremfya today. Call 1-800-526-7736 to learn more or visit tremfyaradio.com.
Hi, Zoe Saldana. Welcome to T-Mobile. Here's your new iPhone 16 Pro on us.
Thanks. And here's my old phone to trade in.
You don't need a trade-in. When you switch to T-Mobile, we'll give you a new iPhone 16 Pro. Plus, we'll help you pay off your old phone up to $800, and you still get to keep it.
There's always a trade-in.
Not right now at T-Mobile.
I feel like I have to give you something in return for karma.
That's okay.
I don't really have much in my purse. Oh, let's see. Hand sanitizer. It's lavender.
I'm good. Seriously.
Let me check this pocket. Oh, mints?
Really, I'm fine.
Oh, I have raisins. I'm a mom. Wait 1 sec. I've got cupcakes in the car.
It's our best iPhone offer ever. Switch to T-Mobile. Get a new iPhone 16 Pro with Apple Intelligence on us. No trade-in needed. We'll even pay off your phone up to $800.
With 24 monthly bill credits, new line, $100 plus a month on experience beyond finance agreement, $999.99 and qualifying ported. For well qualified plus tax and $10 connection charge. Pay off via virtual prepaid for below 15 days. Credits end and balance due if you pay off early or cancel. See T-Mobile.com.
Sports Radio 1300 The Zone. We cover all 40 acres.
Welcome back to the morning kickoff right here on Sports Radio 1300. Mike Hardball, got Marcus behind the today, traveling with his family. So he'll be back on with us tomorrow as enjoy yourself. Eric Henry of Horns 7 that will be joining and sitting in for me with our guy Mark Henry and of course Marcus. And coming up in the next segment, we'll have Danny Davis of the Austin American Statesman talking all things Texas Longhorns. And make sure you tune in at 8 o'clock and 8:17 as we have 2 of the newest members of the Texas Athletics Hall of Honor group. They found out that they were going in, and then the announcement for every one of them will happen at 10 a.m. So make sure you tuned in for that as well. Exciting times on the 40 acres, and I guarantee you're going to be real excited to talk to these 2 former Texas Longhorns, lifetime Longhorns. Right now, I want to go out to Oxnard, California, and the conversations the other day was Jerry Jones being disrespectful to some of his high-priced players. 2 of them have already gotten paid, Dak and Trayvon Diggs, and Micah Parsons is working to get his money. But Micah came to practice and doing the hold-in thing because he's not actually practicing with the team. He dressed out first day, got himself ready, but then he decided it was time to stand on the side, kind of watch and check on what's going on because he is in the middle of a contract negotiation. Jerry doesn't want to talk to anybody. Steven is just running off at the mouth. This whole thing is getting on my nerves because we never seem to get people paid at the right time. But here is Micah Parsons on Jerry Jones' comments the other day.
Respect for each other, but stuff gets said in the media. Have you had a conversation with him after yesterday's presser?
No, but I'm gonna talk to him. You know, I just thought as a whole, like, you know, everyone's situation is differently. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, like, I'm here for my teammates. You know, I'm not here to please another grown man. I'm here for them. You know, I want to be here with Trey, watch him rehab, watch him get on the field, watch his growth. I want to be here battling with Terrence Steele. Like, I'm here for these guys. I'm not here for him, you know. So I think, at the end of the day, he's on the field with us. You know, we're on the field playing the games and things like that. So I'm going to just control my teammates, keep boosting it, and, we just want to keep playing together.
And that's how you're supposed to go. That's how you're supposed to do it. And Micah's doing things the right way. But the thing about it is, to me, is I've said it before and I'm going to continue to say it. Why is it that Jerry finds a way to not get these guys paid? Why is it that Jerry creates this drama? I understand. But it's getting old for you to always think that this is, we're going to be talking. We're going to be talked about in the media the whole time. It gets tiring. Be professional.
You think he's doing this on purpose every time?
Every year, it's about this time. Your Cowboys are going to be in the conversation regardless if you create drama, Jerry, because everybody, again, you won all the Super Bowls. Everybody was on top of the world. They hated you. They loved you. Now they just think you're a punching bag for punchlines.
But still, you're going to be in the media regardless because you are the Cowboys.
Exactly. So now Micah Parsons talks about how there's not very much movement in his contract negotiations.
Micah, how would you characterize how close you are to getting something done?
I mean, I don't know. We'll see. We'll just see how long things take, you know.
Are you discouraged by the fact that it's taken this long?
Honestly, yeah. When you go around the league and you see these other teams taking care of their best guys, I see TJ got taken care of. Max got taken care of. Miles got taken care of. And he got 2 years left on his deal, so it's hard to. Yeah, you see a lot of people around the league getting taken care of. You just, wish you had something like, that same type of energy.
It's hard to not take it personally.
I wouldn't say it's hard not to take it personally when you know how there's a chain of events of something consistently happening over the course of years when you kind of see it before through other players and things. So you don't take it personally when you're like, all right, it's not like I'm getting treated differently than anyone else, So I don't take it personally. I just don't understand.
I really like the way Micah is taking this thought process, right? I love the way that he is being the professional one in these conversations. I do like the fact that he is standing side by side with one Trayvon Diggs, who, by the way, shots fired, he got them too. And we'll hear more from Trayvon about his situation, but here's Trayvon talking about how he believes that Micah is doing the right thing and he's handling things the right way.
His leadership shows he wants to be here. He clearly wants to be here. I've known him ever since he came in. He's worked hard. He's earned everything. He's earned every dollar. He's performed on the field. So it's just, I think, it's time to get him done. Make sure we can keep this thing together. And, like he said, it's the nature of the business. You never know. So, hopefully we keep everything together, keep everything tight, and, continue and try to help this team win a Super Bowl.
What was your thought process? Guys, last one here.
One more time. I think he's handling the situation really well. I don't think he's doing anything that someone who wants to be paid. Everyone has family. Everyone has responsibilities. Everyone needs to secure their future, and you never know what's going to happen. So you don't want to go out there and risk injury or something, and your family is not secure. Your family is not taken care of. So I understand it. I see where he's coming from, and I think he's doing good job.
That is another good teammate, somebody that is handling their business, somebody that rehabbed away from the Dallas Cowboys. He wanted to be back. He wants to be a Dallas Cowboy. And again, we'll hear from Trayvon Diggs a little bit later. But Micah was talking real greasy when it comes to, hey, if y'all don't want me here, let's keep it moving.
Cowboys want to get a deal done?
I mean, honestly, for me, it really don't matter. Like I said, I've been pretty consistent. If they don't want me here, they don't want me here. I go about my business. I understand the nature of the business. Like I said, as long as I'm here and under contract, I'm going to do what I have to do to perform at the highest level. But if this is the end, this is the end. There's same way that Jerry Jones and Stephen Jones and the other Jerry Jones take care of their family, it's the same way I need to take care of my family. I got my own 3 kids of my own, so we all need to take care of our own family at the end of the day.
Man, I don't see the lie at all.
I think that was for the fans.
Well, you got to. The fans know.
Yeah, because that just puts it all on Jerry. It's like, dude, I want to be here, but hey, if y'all don't want me here, I can just get gone.
Since entering the NFL, this is from Pro Football Focus. Since entering the NFL, Micah Parsons has a 94.3 pass rush grade. That puts him number 2. Since entering the NFL, Micah Parsons at 21.3% win rate. That puts him at number 2. Since entering the NFL, Micah Parsons, 19.7 pressure rate. He is the number 7 overall player and the number 2 edge rusher by Pro Football Focus. Now, obviously, I always say the numbers can be skewed. I'm not a huge fan of Pro Football Focus, but I am a fan of Pro Football Focus. Some things kind of tells you about who he is and what he's capable of doing.
It breaks down, basically what a consistent player does consistently.
Yes. But you start to look at, when you watch the tape, you put him in a position to win. He goes and gives you everything he has. He is relentless. And he continues to get better and better. And he's young enough that if you pay him now, you might get a little bit something a little bit later.
If you paid him earlier, you would definitely.
We wouldn't even be having this.
Yeah.
We might be renegotiating, but at least he would have been in a position of success, and the money would have been good enough for him where he didn't have to do all this stuff.
Even if you paid him earlier this off season, you still would be paying a lower number than what you're going to be paying him now.
Yeah.
Because it's always the first guy, and the next guy gets pushed over the first guy. TJ Watt would have had a bigger contract than him if they would have signed him earlier.
Yeah, it is interesting to always try to figure out how these managers, GMs, owners think about their players moving forward. It's kind of crazy every single time. Somebody that's not crazy is my guy, Danny Davis of the Austin American Statesman. Texas football is about to start, and Danny will be giving us all his insight right here on the Morning Kickoff on Sports Radio, AM 1300, The Zone.
The JB and Sandy Show podcast. Stream it on the iHeartRadio app.
The drive on I-35 southbound is slow this morning after a couple of crashes have cleared between Westinghouse Road down to Cesar Chavez. Plan for 30 minutes to be added to your drive. The opposite end of I-35 northbound is also slow from Highway 45 over to Highway 290, and speeds are starting to bog down on Mopac southbound from Parmer over to Breaker. I'm Jason Fossick with a look at Austin area traffic.
This report is sponsored by Rapid Radios.
Rapid Radios are instant push-to-talk walkie-talkies offering national LTE coverage and no subscription ever. A great alternative to a mobile phone for your kids. For a limited time, go to rapidradios.com and you'll get 60% off. Free UPS shipping. Add code radio and get an extra 5% off.
It is time for you to express yourself on your license plate. Hi, it's Bob Pickett. Now, listen, I know I've been noticing more personalized license plates around the Austin area, around Texas during my travels. Have you expressed yourself? Go to myplates.com. It's so easy to do. Myplates.com, the one-stop plate shop in Texas. Over 500 official plate designs, Texas themes, colors, sports college. Express yourself. And if you mention the code KVET, you can save up to $55, but just for a limited time. Code KVET, myplates.com.
Hear that? That's the sound of a perfect weekend. But you've got weeds. Thankfully, you've also got a secret weapon, spruce. The new, hardworking, worry-free weed and grass killer that's safe for use around people and pets when used as directed. Leaves for visible results in just 1 hour and dead weeds in 1 day. Get back to doing what you love. Try Spruce wherever weed killers are sold.
After a trip to the 2025 Women's Final Four, an SEC championship in their first season, and sold-out crowds at the Moody Center, Texas women's basketball is on fire. And season tickets for 2025-26 are on sale now, starting at just $100. Longhorn Nation helped deliver the first undefeated home season in 22 years. Now it's your turn to be part of the action. Bring the energy, bring the pride, bring the Texas fight all season long. Lock in your seats today at TexasLonghorns.com.
Jake from State Farm. I just beat my running PR, so I'm celebrating.
Keep celebrating when you bundle and save with the State Farm Personal Price Plan. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Prices vary by state. Options selected by customer. Availability and eligibility may vary.
After 48 years, Factory Mattress is going out of business forever. Over $15 million worth of world-class mattress brands must be sold immediately. Up to 80% off at Austin and San Antonio's largest independent mattress retailer. Everything must go, right down to the bare walls. Tempur-Pedic, Sealy, and Stearns & Foster. No interest financing is still available. The Factory Mattress going out of business sale is happening now at all 14 locations. Don't miss it.
Progressive understands that bond between you and your boat. But imagine if something happened to it. Without the boat, you're just Tina with too much boat knowledge. Sure, it's helpful on the water, but with no boat, you're someone who talks way too much about knots, and no one cares what a jib is anyway. Boat Tina could get away with it because she has a boat. So make sure your boat is insured. Get Progressive, America's #1 boat insurer, and then go back to being you, Tina, who owns a boat. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. #1 rating based on boat market share data from ratefilings.com.
Shop the Sherwin-Williams July Summer Sale and get 30% off paints and stains July 18th through the 28th. With prices starting at $34.29, it's the perfect time to transform your space with color. Whether you're looking to revamp your interior or exterior, we have you covered with bold hues, soothing neutrals, and everything in between. Visit your neighborhood Sherwin-Williams store or shop the sale online. Delivery available on qualifying orders. Retail sales only. Some exclusions apply. See store for details.
The Spurs signed Summer League standout David Jones-Garcia to a two-way contract. Cowboys star Micah Parsons is discouraged over stalled contract talks, saying if this is the end, this is the end. Team signed edge rusher James Houston. Bryce Matthews smacked a go-ahead two-run homer in the 8th to help the Astros beat the Diamondbacks in Phoenix for their third straight win. I'm Ron Moss.
This is 11-year NBA veteran Katina Mobley. This is what's trending from iHeart Sports Network.
Presented by Thrivent. Thrivent. Planning your finances is bigger than money. It's a way to support the people, causes, and community you love. Because the most important thing isn't what you're planning for, it's who. Thrivent, where money means more. Connect with us at Thrivent.com.
Here's what's trending now on the new and improved iHeartRadio app.
Ozzy Osbourne has passed away at the age of 76, leaving behind a legacy that changed rock music forever. Celebrate his life with our Remembering Ozzy Osbourne playlist right now on the iHeartRadio app, featuring his biggest solo hits and the iconic Black Sabbath tracks you know and love. Open the free iHeartRadio app and relive the music that made him a legend.
Explore the latest. Open the free iHeartRadio app and see what's trending now.
Sports Radio 1300 The Zone, your home for the Horns.
Welcome back to the morning kickoff right here on Sports Radio AM 1300 The Zone. Make sure you're tuned in at the top of the 8 o'clock hour as we will have a special guest, a Hall of Honor inductee at 8:15. You'll have another one as Texas will make those announcements a little bit later today. But I want to be joined by my guy, Danny Davis of the Austin American-Statesman. You can follow him at _Danny Davis. And Danny, we had SEC Media Days last week. We're back on the grind. That means that we're closer and closer, as my man Craig Way loves to say. Now we see the mile markers and the goalposts of where we're about to be. But what was your biggest takeaway from SEC Media Days?
I don't know if there's a really huge takeaway from the Texas side of it. We've gotten to know Michael and Anthony pretty well over the past couple of years. Obviously, Arch was kind of the star of the show and the center of everyone's attention. If you were anywhere online, you saw the pictures of the scrum he had to face. So that was a little new, but we've gotten to know Arch a little bit over the last couple of years. And all three of those young men are just really polished. They're fine representatives of this university. If you're a fan of the Longhorns, you should love that those three are your leaders and your representatives. Throughout the week, there are a couple instances where other teams or other players may have said something that was bulletin board material, quote unquote, and that just didn't happen with Texas. Texas does a good job of, polishing those guys and, training them and giving them reps. So I don't really think there was much from the Texas side of it. I think everything those guys said we kind of heard before. But if you wanted to see how Arch would handle the pressure of a couple hundred reporters asking him about his uncles, you got to see that this week.
Yeah, I thought it was cool the way he kind of handled himself and the way he kind of maneuvered. And to your point, you can tell, like Anthony Hill Jr., obviously Michael Taff is Mondays with Mookie. We have those moments with him, but getting a chance to talk to Arch, and it seems like Arch is going to be a mainstay on those Monday player availabilities.
He better be. He's the quarterback. He better be a mainstay on those Mondays.
But watching all the other people kind of look at what Texas brings to it. We talk about it all the time. Last year, when we were at SEC Media Days in Dallas, it kind of emptied after Texas left. And again, it happened again because Eli Drinkwitz said, I appreciate all 14 of y'all showing up for this presser today. You get that Texas is the mainstay and the main ingredient to this conversation. But Kirby Smart is still that team and that coach in that team that seems to have that kryptonite when it comes to the Texas Longhorns.
Well, I left after Tuesday as well. I wasn't staying around from Missouri or whatever. I was coming on home. But yeah, I mean, Tuesday was kind of, that was the day. I mean, Georgia went on Tuesday as well. Yeah. Tennessee was there too. I guess Auburn was the fourth wheel or whatever. But you kind of had three big time programs going on Tuesday. But yeah, this is still Georgia's conference. I mean, Texas. There's obviously a lot of interest in Texas. Texas media travels really well. So that brings a lot of that fills a lot of seats. But this is until someone knocks up Georgia. This is Georgia's running the show. I mean, Texas found that out last year. That's the bar that Texas is trying to reach. The Longhorns know that. That's not a controversial statement, me saying that. But Georgia is standing in this conference, and I guess Tuesday was the day everyone needed to be there since Georgia and Texas were speaking.
Yeah. We're talking to Danny Davis of the Austin American-Statesman. You can follow him at _Danny Davis. And I ask everybody this because obviously we know the quarterback position, the linebacker position is solidified. But what are some of the things that you're going to be looking into as camp gets ready to start next week?
I think there's still a question in the running back room. I mean, there's talent back there, but CJ back's just coming off an injury. Can Quintravian, match what he did last year? And some of those new guys, there's younger running backs. What exactly do they look? Does Jared Gibson make the next step, et cetera, et cetera? Yeah. Obviously, the receiver room, there's talent there, but this is a receiver room that's lost its top 3 pass catchers. I'm not sure if you want to include Gunnar Helm in that mix. So what is that look with some of those younger guys, Ryan Wingo, DeAndre Moore making the next step, that kid from Cal that transferred over, how seamlessly does he fit in, because tight end is a really important position in Steve's offense. And then obviously the offensive line. I mean, you lost 4 starters to the NFL. I mean, that's I don't care how much talent you have behind them, and Texas does a good job of developing its offensive linemen. What does that line look, the new look offensive line look? So obviously a lot of question on offense. I think the defense will be fine. Regardless of who you have to replace. But this is a Texas team that, despite how many teams are, how many people are going to rank them number 1, number 2, they have a lot of question marks and a lot of people that to replace. And so we're going to figure that out throughout August, and that's be a pretty big test for those new starters at the end of August.
I wanted to ask you too, because Sark made the statement at the Texas High School Coaches Association about 19 of the 23 recent draft picks in the last 2 seasons all played Texas high school football. And I took a step back because I had to think about it. And I was like, wow, that's a bold statement. And that's far cry from where you thought that Texas was before. Because if you think about all their recruiting now, they're universal. They're all over the country. And now you think about those 19 of 23 draft picks. Did you find that kind of intriguing, or did you know that already?
I mean, I know that exact number, but I don't think that's necessarily a surprise. I mean, you do the math, it's 3, 4, 5 years ago. So that's the beginning of Steve's tenure, end of the Tom Herman tenure. So you kind of see what those recruiting strategies were. Probably, Steve was probably a little bit more local starting off, just coming in and trying to get some of those Texas kids in state. But we'll see what that number is in 3-4 years once Steve's been here a little bit more and he's recruiting a lot more nationally. I mean, Texas has always going to produce talent, and Texas is always going to be in play for the best talent in Texas. So tell me that they have a bunch of guys from the state of Texas that ended up in the NFL. That shouldn't be surprising. That should be the way it is. Texas should keep the best talent in state, and Texas A&M should be in play for those talented kids as well. And if Texas wants to contend, it's also going to need to up its national kids. It's in the NFL as well. But Steve also knows how to play the hits in front of Texas high school football coaches, and I'm sure that played really well in the room when he said that a couple of days ago.
Well, it's interesting that you say that because I too have been pounding the table for the best players should be playing in the state of Texas, and now that we're seeing that a little bit more and more prevalent with the recruiting of Texas A&M and how they've kind of stepped it up. Texas Tech financially is number 2 behind Texas in the revenue part of it and valuation part of it. It's going to be a pretty fun year, to say the least. We're not that far away from it, Danny. You start next week. Have you been stretching and getting them walking shoes ready?
I've been crying at night knowing that the summer's over. But we as many people know, and anyone who's watching or listening, there's going to be no sympathy for us. We have a great job. It's tiring. It can be kind of long, and no one loves to be outside. I'm just hoping for morning practices, but none of this afternoon stuff. It can be a little hot and toasty. But if those are my only complaints, I don't think I'm going to get too much sympathy. So let's just buckle up. Let's get to it, and I may just not have a little bit less free time over the next few months. But it's all good.
Well, the beautiful thing about it all, we're covering a team that seems to be pretty doggone good, and we've been on the other side where it hadn't been this much fun. So I'm looking forward to it, and of course, you're going to be writing about Arch Manning, so we'll see how that plays out. As always, Danny, thank you. Make sure you follow Danny @_Danny Davis on social media.
Y'all need to get someone with hair on here coming up soon. This is a little ridiculous.
I'll wear my wig next time, bro. Take it easy. Coming up next, we were talking about Arch. Now we're going to hear from Arch Manning, with more of those rapid fire questions. And oh yeah, we got to give a shout out to one of the legends that lost his life right here on the Morning Kickoff on Sports Radio, AM 1300, The Zone.
The Craig Way Show with Craig Way.
Tex Schramm, you'd hear him on with Brad Sham when we had the show and I was the producer for it, called Ask Tex Schramm. This was like 1987. The football Cardinals were moving to Arizona. Brad Sham is doing the show. And so he asked him, he said, well, does that mean also now there'll be a change that the Atlanta Falcons would move from the NFC West to the NFC East? The Texas response was, well, once you're on an airplane, what difference does it make?
Weekdays from 2 to 5 p.m. on AM 1300, The Zone.
The JB and Sandy Show podcast. Stream it on the iHeartRadio app.
No delays this morning on 183 southbound going from 45 over to Duval Road. Takes about 5 minutes to make that change. You're also traffic free at the moment on Mopac northbound going from Enfield over to Breaker, but about a 10 to 12 minute out of your drive due to some stop and go speeds on I-35 southbound from 45 to 183. I'm Jason Fossick with a look at Austin area traffic.
This report is sponsored by Rapid Radios.
Rapid Radios are instant push-to-talk walkie-talkies offering national LTE coverage and no subscription ever. Business owners can now keep in touch with up to 200 staff members at one time. Go to rapidradios.com now for up to 60% off and free shipping.
If you're 55 or older and into that whole saving money thing, T-Mobile has an exclusive phone and internet bundle just for you. Right now, get 2 unlimited phone lines plus 5G home internet for just $30 each per month with autopay, plus taxes and fees. And with 5G home internet, setup is easy with just 1 cord and no technician needed, which is great if you're also into that whole keeping it simple thing. Switch now and experience the best mobile network in the U.S. Visit your local store to start saving. T-Mobile, it's better over here. Based on analysis by Ookla Speed Test Intelligence data Q4 2024 to Q1 2025. Ookla trademarks used under license. Unlimited on our network. Customers on voice plan may notice speeds lower than other customers and further reduction if using more than 50 gigs a month due to data prioritization. Video streams and SD on this plan. Home internet pricing after $20 a monthly bill credit plus $5 per line without autopay. Debit or bank account required. See 5G device coverage and access details at T-Mobile.com.
Ice Cube's Big Three live from Cincinnati this Saturday, 1 p.m. on CBS. Physical and fiercely competitive 3-on-3 basketball. Houston must win to keep their playoff hopes alive against the physical Miami 305. Starring Michael Beasley and Lance Stevenson coming off a heartbreaking loss. Then Dwight Howard and the surging LA Riot fight the Detroit Amps for a share of first place. Plus 2 more games. Basketball the way it's meant to be played. Big Three live on CBS and Vice this Saturday, 1 p.m. Eastern, 10 Pacific.
Oh, yay, yay! I'm still going for it, even with higher stroke risk from atrial fibrillation, an irregular heartbeat not caused by a heart valve problem. Over a 3-year study, Eliquis apixaban tablets reduce stroke risk better than warfarin, and over 97% of Eliquis patients did not experience a stroke. A first stroke occurred in 2.9% of warfarin patients versus 2.3% of Eliquis patients.
Don't stop prescription Eliquis without asking your doctor. Stroke risk may increase. Eliquis can cause serious and potentially fatal bleeding. Don't take if you have an artificial heart valve, abnormal bleeding, or antiphospholipid syndrome. While taking, you may bruise more easily or bleed longer. A spinal injection increases blood clot risk, which may cause paralysis. Get medical help right away for unexpected bleeding or bruising, or back pain, tingling, numbness, muscle weakness, or incontinence. Aspirin products, NSAIDs, SSRIs, SNRIs, and blood thinners increase bleeding risk. Tell your doctor about planned medical or dental procedures. Learn more at Eliquis.com or call 1-855-ELIQUIS.
Hey there, history fans.
iHeartRadio brings you a brand new history podcast.
It's called American History Hotline,
where you ask the question,
what is political technology?
Did George Washington really cut down a territory?
Were JFK and Marilyn Monroe having an affair?
And American History Hotline gets to the bottom of it.
I'm so glad you asked me this question.
This is such a ridiculous story that we tell ourselves because we don't want to know the real story.
Open your free iHeartRadio app. Search American History Hotline and listen now.
Here we have the Limu Emu in its natural habitat, helping people customize their car insurance and save hundreds with Liberty Mutual. Fascinating. It's accompanied by his natural ally, Doug.
Limu, is that guy with the binoculars watching us?
Cut the camera. They see us.
Only pay for what you need at libertymutual.com.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Savings vary. Underwritten by Liberty Mutual Insurance Company and affiliates. Excludes Massachusetts.
From the Audio Visual Consultation Studios, Sports Radio 1300 The Zone, KDET AM Austin, your home for the Horns, and the #1 preset in your car and on the free iHeartRadio app.
What's up, y'all? I'm Cheryl Swoops, WNBA champ, 3-time Olympian, and Basketball Hall of Famer.
And I am Tarika Foster Brasby, journalist, sports reporter, basketball analyst.
And we are here to talk about the obstacles that women face day to day.
Athlete or not, we know it takes a lot as women to be at the top of our game.
We want to share those stories.
So listen, we'll talk to athletes, coaches, media personalities, entertainers, working moms.
Because no matter who you are, there are levels to what we experience as women. And T and I have no problem going there.
So if you want to hear real women having real conversations, then tune into our new podcast, Levels to This, with Cheryl Swoops and Tarika Foster Brasby, an iHeart Women's Sports production in partnership with Deep Blue Sports and Entertainment.
Sports Radio 1300 The Zone, your home for the Horns.
No. Chipper Jones is not joining the show. I know everybody gets excited when they hear that because that is Chipper Jones' walk-up music, but that is the legendary Ozzy Osbourne who passed away yesterday. And that is who Mark should have thought bit the head off the bat, but he was thinking it was Alice Cooper. He was one of the best, and you never knew what he was saying on his show because he was just that out of control. But Ozzy Osbourne was one of the best out there. So special shout out to him and RIP to his family who are dealing with what most people are dealing with, the sadness of losing one Ozzy Osbourne. But right now, I want to give you an opportunity to win a pair of tickets to go see Coheeb and Cambria, September the 9th at the Moody Center. All you got to do is get over to that iHeartRadio app, tap that red microphone, and leave the word Father. Father is your word of the day to win a pair of tickets to go see Coheeb and Cambria, September the 9th. And the key word is Father, and it will be at the Moody Center. Also coming up at the top of the hour, we'll make our first announcement of who will be part of a 10-member class of the Texas Athletics Hall of Honor. We will have 2 of them on today. 10 o'clock will be the announcement of all of the members of the 2025 class that will take place September the 12th. You can get tickets at TexasLonghorns.com. General admission, $25 per person. It will be at the LBJ Auditorium and Conference Center, September the 12th, starting at 7 p.m. Make sure you tune in. You don't want to miss it. But right now, I want you to hear from Arch Manning. Arch Manning gets asked a lot of questions, and people want to know the rapid fire type of questions. And I thought this was pretty cool listening to Arch give his answers.
I'm Arch Manning, and this is Rapid Recall.
What's one place on your bucket list?
Amalfi Coast. And then look fire.
What's your favorite way to pass time?
I would say like a few weeks ago, scroll on my phone, but I'm trying to get rid of that. Play golf.
If you could have an unlimited supply of one thing, what would it be?
Red Bull.
What's your biggest football pet peeve?
Tips by the D-line.
If you had to live in a different country for a year, which one would you choose?
Bahamas.
Favorite movie?
Mile American.
Favorite actor?
Matthew McConaughey.
Smart.
It's my dog.
Favorite sport outside of football?
Basketball.
Sport you're the worst at?
Soccer.
The sport you're the worst at? Soccer. He said that quick.
He might need to get in contact with Mark about the Bahamas.
Yeah, I'm sure Mark will find a way to get him there. So it is definitely one of those situations where you start to understand that this guy is just like everybody else. I know everybody wants to put him up on this pedestal that we talked about before. But this is a guy that likes to have a good time. He loves his teammates, has fun, understands the role that he has, and really enjoys the personality of being the quarterback at the University of Texas. I know that everyone is trying their best to try to say, all right, this is what we're going to do. This is how he's going to go about it. But you still have to make sure that he goes out and handles his business. So for me, listening to him, listening to his engagement, that personality, if you go back and watch some of those videos, you can also go back and listen to the audio of myself and check out the video of myself and Arch Manning along with Anthony Hill. It was a pretty interesting and entertaining conversation, and you got a chance to see both of those young men's personalities.
And you can also check out their fly fits.
Oh, yeah. Anthony was clean. People kept giving Arch a hard time saying he looked like he was at a fraternity meeting, but Anthony was looking smooth. Michael Taft with the tie with all the kids that passed away at Camp Mystic and giving his honor to them. These are, as Danny said just a little bit ago, if you missed our interview with Danny Davis, make sure you check it out and all the interviews on the podcast page, wherever you get your podcast, but it's always free on the iHeartRadio app. You start to understand that the representation, the conversation, and this is something that Mark and I have talked about, and you've even mentioned it. You start to understand that these guys take over the personality of the head coach.
Yes.
It is so important that you understand that your messaging is getting across to them.
It's as if like the whole time when they're young at UT, they're learning how to deal with media before they have to deal with media. Because these guys were ready when they first jumped on the scene last year with Simmons and Hill, this year with Arch. They're ready when they jump in the scene, when they deal with media. They seem to know what to do.
Yeah, they're locked in and they do a great job over there. John Bianco, Thomas Stepp, and all the people that are involved with these players. Grace, she's done a great job with them since she's been on the university, been on the campus. It's been a good turn of events for this Texas football team. And again, as I talked to Danny Davis about just a minute ago, you start to look at this team and this university as it has flipped again. You look at what baseball, volleyball, basketball, softball, track and field, swimming and diving, golf, rowing. You start looking from top to bottom. This university is in a great place, and you start to look at Chris Del Conte.
Him too.
Yeah, and John Bianco leading the way with these players. But Chris Del Conte, what he's been able to do for this university and where these coaches have the focus of being great. Speaking of being great, you don't become a Hall of Honor member without being great. And coming up next, we have our first guest of the Hall of Honor. You do not want to miss it. Hour number 2 is just around the corner, right here on the Morning Kickoff on Sports Radio, AM 1300, The Zone.
It is tough to go outside these days. Hey, that's understandable given how hot it is. But there is definitely a way to beat the heat. A trip to Inner Space Caverns in Georgetown. Inner Space Caverns is a great place to take the family. You'd be amazed at all of the beautiful formations, large rooms, prehistoric animal bones, and all kinds of creations with a truly unique discovery story right here in the Austin area in the year-round temperature of a very comfortable 72 degrees. You can check out the super exciting Sabertooth Zip Ride or Pan for Gemstones. Take the Wild Cave Tour or the Hidden Passages Tour. And there's a great souvenir gift shop and newly remodeled restrooms. Get out of the house, but get out of the heat and get some fresh air underground. Inner Space Caverns, right off I-35 at exit 259 in Georgetown. That's Inner Space Caverns. For more details, check them out on the web at innerspacecaverns.com. Inner Space Caverns. Check it out. Your adventure awaits.
Our iHeartRadio Music Festival, presented by Capital One, is coming back to Las Vegas, September 19th and 20th. Streaming live only on Hulu. Tickets are on sale now at AXS.com. Get your tickets today. AXS.com.
Are you a business owner, CEO, or responsible for marketing? If you are, iHeartMedia can help you reach your goals and find new customers. We reach more consumers in your target area than anyone else, and we can give you access to those potential customers more cost-effectively across radio, digital, podcasting, and social. We'd love to show you how iHeartMedia can work for you. Get started today at iHeartAdvertising.com. That's iHeartAdvertising.com.
Life insurance. Why are you putting it off? Can't afford it? Too much hassle? Think you don't need it? There's lots of excuses for putting off life insurance. But if you weren't there, who would pay the mortgage and other bills? With Ethos, you could be covered in 10 minutes and boom, family protected. Ethos, fast and easy online term life insurance. Up to $2 million in coverage with no medical exam. Some policies as low as $1 a day. Answer a few health questions and get your free quote at ethos.com/play. That's ethos.com/play.
Get in the zone. AutoZone.
Welcome to AutoZone. What are you working on today? Hey, that's the spirit. Right now, we're celebrating free with a free STP oil filter when you buy 5 quarts of oil and free Duralast brake pads when you buy 2 rotors. Like always, free battery testing, charging, and recycling at every store. Celebrate free at AutoZone now through July 28th.
Get in the zone. AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
Are you ready for a new car? Well, call Apple Leasing. Here's the number, 346-9977. They've been pleasing the motoring public in Austin for over 30 years. I've been a customer for over 20 years. I love how easy it is at Apple Leasing. You know, getting a brand new car shouldn't be difficult. It's really easy when you call Apple Leasing. Give them a call, 346-9977, and tell them what you're thinking about. Maybe you've got a couple, 3 different cars in mind. Well, they'll help you decide, and they will give you an honest opinion of what's best for you. You heard it right. Any make, any model, they'll take your trade in, and you can get in with no money down. Call them today at 346-9977. That lease payment is often a lot less than if you were to finance that exact same car. A lot of great reasons to call Apple Leasing. Call them today, 346-9977 or go to their website at appleleasing.com.
You've got apps for everything: music, photos, even ordering coffee. But only one app gives you the live radio experience. It's radio your way. Anytime, anywhere. Join the millions already listening. The free iHeartRadio app. The #1 app for radio.
From the Audio Visual Consultation Studios, Sports Radio 1300 The Zone, KDET AM Austin, your home for the Horns, and the #1 preset in your car and on the free iHeartRadio app.
Good morning, Kickoff. Good morning, Kickoff.
It's the Morning Kickoff with Mike Hardball Hardge and the world's strongest man, WWE Hall of Famer, Mark Henry, on your home for the Horns, 1300 The Zone.
Welcome back to the Morning Kickoff right here on Sports Radio AM 1300 The Zone. In hour number 1, we talked to Micah Parsons and Jerry Jones. We also heard from Danny Davis and Arch Manning. There's a special ceremony that will be taking place where its 10-member class will be inducted into the Texas Hall of Honor, and one of the guests is joining me right now. She was a 4-time All-American, a 2012 national champion at the University of Texas. She is currently the head coach at the Kent State Golden Flashes, and she is one of the newest members of the 2025 Texas Longhorn Hall of Honor. It is my good friend, Haley Eckerman. Good morning, Haley. How are you?
Good morning. I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing great. I'm so happy for you. I'm excited that you get a chance to be part of this great class. We don't know all of them. It will all be announced at 10 o'clock. But when I was asked to do an interview with you, I couldn't help myself. I'm so excited for you and what you've been able to achieve since your time at the University of Texas.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm super excited and beyond honored. This is kind of that last kind of award that you hope for wherever you go to, whether it's at a Texas or any university. So the fact that I get to be a part of this special award is awesome.
Well, it's kind of funny because, as I said, you were a 4-time All-American. You were part of the 2012 National Championship team. You was also named Longhorn Female Athlete of the Year. You was Volleyball Magazine Player of the Year in 2012 and 2013. You've been able to achieve so many different things in your career, top 10 in a bunch of statistical categories at Texas, but now you get a chance to be immortalized forever. And I think that's pretty doggone cool.
Yeah, I think going in wherever when I'm in that process, when I was younger, wanting to be a part of obviously a special team and to win, but knowing the importance of being a Longhorn legend, I think is key. And Jared always talked about that, the legacy of those that came before you. And so it's just an honor to be a part of this special piece of legacy.
So we're talking to Haley Eckerman. She will be part of the 10-member class that will be inducted into the Texas Hall of Honor. The ceremony will take place Friday, September the 12th. Make sure you get your tickets because now she's a coach. So now she gets to deliver a coach's speech when you get a chance to get up there. Talk about what you've been able to take from your playing days and now encouraging others as a head coach.
Yeah, we were pushed throughout those 4 years when I was at Texas. And I think really trying to just incorporate those moments into my girls and get them to understand how to handle adversity as much as possible. I think my first year was really hard, trying to fix things as a player. And I've had to learn and kind of figure out in Jared's mind how he fixed things. And it was tough. I think my expectations were harder because I was coming from such a successful program as a player that I had to get them to get into those habits for them as a player.
Yeah, and I know that you've got a lot of mentors and a lot of people that you kind of lean on in those particular moments. But as you said, it's been a little bit of a different journey for you, being able to go play professionally and now coming back and trying to give back to the players that are out there. What are some of the biggest challenges that you see right now, not only in college athletics, but more importantly with your squad?
Yeah, I think, there's not a ton of the dog mentality. And I don't know where and when that stopped. I think that's why we were at Texas so successful, because we, just had that dog mentality. So really trying to instill that into our kids. I think club has its moments because, everybody's paying for it and it's about fun and all this. And so then you get kids that are expecting, playing time and not understanding that they have to earn it.
Right.
So really just the mindset, I think, of kids is so different. And I know it's not in just volleyball, it's in other sports too, as I'm talking to coaches. And I think NIL, even though it's a great thing, I think it can kind of play a role in some of these conversations that we're having with kids, especially at the mid-major level.
No doubt. So I wanted to ask you this, because obviously Jared Elliott has gone on and done unbelievable things and continues to help build this program, part of which you were laying the foundation as well. But when you look at this journey of being able to play at the University of Texas, play for a guy like Jared Elliott, and now get yourself, like you said, immortalized as a lifetime Longhorn Hall of Honor inductee, what has Jared kind of leaned on you and told you when you found out that you were going in?
So it's funny because when I found out, I got the call from CDC and Chris Blonsky, and I was told not to tell anybody. So when I saw Jared, I was like, I don't know if he knows, I don't know. It was kind of this like funny thing. And I saw him that next day because I just happened to be in town too. And it was kind of this like, well, do I say something? I don't want to be the one to say it if he hasn't. So I sent him a text though, and said, I appreciate everything that you've done. And I wouldn't be here in this position doing this honor without you, because you did push me. But he also gave me the opportunity to be at Texas. I came in, I had committed. I halfway through my junior year found out I was pregnant, and some people could have just given up on me. And he stuck through it with me the whole time. And he got to see Caden, and he'll get to see Caden again because Caden's going to come down to the Hall of Honor. And I think, for me, that's the biggest piece is that Jared's been in my life and Caden's life his whole life. So just getting to be a part of that, I think, has been huge for me to be able to thank him. And, Caden gets these opportunities to see me, walk across the stage and do all this stuff. And part of that is because of Jared.
Yeah. And I've seen your son a lot, and he's always present. And I think it's really, really cool when kids truly don't understand how good mom or dad really was. Mm-hmm. And then they get to see these honors that are being bestowed upon you. So I think that is pretty awesome as well. So let me ask you this, because your journey has been a little bit different. You've coached at different schools. I saw you when you were at Tarleton State, and then you made the move to Kent State. How does a girl from Waterloo, Iowa, make her way to the University of Texas?
Yeah, part of it was just the culture that Jarrett had, and the fact with his assistants, Tanya started the recruiting process for me, and then she left, and then Salima came in. I think that was a really big piece for me, the diversity that Jarrett had on his team, and the culture and allowing people to be themselves. So that was part of it, but I always just wanted to go somewhere where everybody was winning. And there was pride in wearing that jersey, and it wasn't about the name on the back of your jersey. And Texas really did that for me. The history, again, the legends that I'm coming in behind in the Hall of Honor is amazing in itself. So that was really what brought me to the culture piece of Texas.
So I'm looking at some of your accolades, and it's kind of crazy when you sit back and think now later in your career, you go back and you look at some of the things that you were able to do. You were only the second 3-time Player of the Year recipient in the Big 12. You finished in the top 10 in 6 categories, including total points, 4.42 points per set. And I'm not a big volleyball aficionado, but I'm looking at these numbers, and you were pretty good, huh?
Just a little bit, you know.
I love it. I love it. That is so awesome. I'm proud of you. I see what you're doing. I see that you're continuing to spread the good word. You're giving kids opportunity to change their lives. And my one question to you is, if you were talking to a kid right now about chasing their dreams, about the adversity that is going to come in front of you, what would be your message?
I think my biggest thing would just be embrace it and live in the moment. I think, you know, even kids in nowadays are like, oh, I can't wait to be an adult. And it's like, girl, the adult life is not fun. I wish I didn't have to pay a bill, or I wish I didn't. My kids, I always tell them, like, I was happy when I didn't have to buy volleyball shoes. And then that moment I had to buy them, like, man. But just embrace everything and attack it. And live in that moment and just enjoy it. I think volleyball's in a special place right now with these pro leagues in the States and just the national seeking that it's getting, I think is really big. And so really just kind of grabbing it by its horns and going with it.
I love it. I love it. I'm so proud of you. Congratulations. You will be inducted with a great class. We have another Hall of Honor member coming up next. You don't want to miss that. But most importantly, I can't wait to see your name forever immortalized in the Texas Hall of Honor. It will happen September the 12th, starting at 7 o'clock. And I'm just proud of you, and keep going, because I know you're working your behind off to make sure that Kent State is on the map. So keep working hard.
Thank you.
And I appreciate you taking the time, and have a safe flight.
Thanks.
Congratulations. There she is, Haley Eckerman, being inducted into the Texas Hall of Honor. When we come back, we've got another lifetime Longhorn, and he's getting his just due in that same class right here on the Morning Kickoff on Sports Radio, AM 1300, The Zone.
Join Craig Way weekdays from 2 to 5 p.m.
One time when Bill Schoening and I were doing a Tuesday night game, and there was an umpire behind the plate, Tom Jenkins. And Tom was a rather corpulent fellow, and he lets a pitch go in there. And you hear this pop again. He goes, ball two. And crystal clear that our field mic picked up was some fan yelling, Jenkins, you fat.
Only on Sports Radio AM 1300, The Zone. Now, your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website. Pay. That's pay. Enter it now. AM 1300, The Zone.
The JB and Sandy Show podcast. Stream it on the iHeartRadio app.
There's a stalled vehicle in the right lane on the service road of 183 northbound at Central Avenue, as well as a crash on 290 eastbound after FM 973. Looking at the drive this morning on I-35 northbound from rush hour traffic between Onion Creek Parkway over to William Cannon Drive, causing a 10-minute slowdown. I'm Jason Fossick with a look at Austin area traffic.
This report is sponsored by Progressive Insurance. Progressive Insurance can help you protect your home, auto, boat, motorcycle, ATV, and RV, and more. And if something wasn't mentioned that you had in mind, find out if it can be covered at progressive.com or 1-800-PROGRESSIVE. Because it probably can be.
Hi, Zoe Saldana. Welcome to T-Mobile. Here's your new iPhone 16 Pro on us.
Thanks. And here's my old phone to trade in.
You don't need a trade-in. When you switch to T-Mobile, we'll give you a new iPhone 16 Pro. Plus, we'll help you pay off your old phone up to $800, and you still get to keep it.
There's always a trade-in.
Not right now at T-Mobile.
I feel like I have to give you something in return for karma.
That's okay.
I don't really have much in my purse. Oh, let's see. Hand sanitizer. It's lavender.
I'm good. Seriously.
Let me check this pocket. Oh, mints?
Really, I'm fine.
Oh, I have raisins. I'm a mom. Wait 1 sec. I've got cupcakes in the car.
It's our best iPhone offer ever. Switch to T-Mobile. Get a new iPhone 16 Pro with Apple Intelligence on us. No trade-in needed. We'll even pay off your phone up to $800.
With 24 monthly bill credits, new line, $100 plus a month on experience beyond finance agreement, $999.99 and qualifying forwarded. For well qualified, plus tax and $10 connection charge. Pay off via virtual prepaid card. Allow 15 days. Credits end and balance due if you pay off early or cancel. See T-Mobile.com.
At Certo Paint.
Welcome back to the morning kickoff. Congratulations to Lauren Haley. She will be inducted into the Texas Hall of Honor September the 12th. She won't be going in alone. She'll be going in with 10 new members of the Texas Hall of Honor. And one of those is joining us right now, lifetime Longhorn, and a key part of the 2005 National Championship team. And now he is currently the Texans defensive line coach. And now he will be inducted into that Hall of Honor. He is one Roderick Wright. We know him as Rod Wright. What's happening, my man?
Hey, how you doing? Appreciate that.
I'm good, man. I'm so excited to talk to you because your career at the University of Texas is second to none. You were Big 12 Freshman of the Year, 2-time Outstanding Defensive Lineman Award, Freshman All-American. You've done so many great things at the University of Texas, but it was all capped off with that 2005 National Championship team. And I want you to take us back to that moment of when you guys were in that locker room, getting ready to play USC, underdog all the way there, and then for you guys to finish it off and be national champions.
Well, first of all, thank you for the call. Thank you for the honor. Obviously, it can't be done without, first of all, the faith I have in God and my family who supported me, friends, and obviously my teammates. I definitely, it's hard for D linemen to get in anything if you don't have an outstanding offense and obviously outstanding defense and special teams and the coaching staff and everybody. But basically, man, at the end of the day, that locker room was electric. Obviously, we knew what we had. We knew what we had going into that season. It was a long time, a lot of work put in, and I know the moment of winning it is the ultimate deal. But it was grinding in the summer, get bonding as a locker room, as a staff, and putting it all together and achieving that ultimate goal. And when I think about it, it always sticks out to me, when Coach Brown in that moment, he made us promise him that wouldn't be the greatest thing that we achieved. And I'm still living and working on that as we speak, as a husband, as a father, and then as my current career with the Texans. That's my goal is to do good on that promise we made after that game.
It's funny that you say that because that clip in the locker room gets a lot of play. Everybody obviously was talking about what VY and what he brought to the table and what he eventually did. But that clip of Mac Brown talking to you guys as young men, talking about don't let this be the greatest thing that you achieve in your life, that kind of hits home. And especially as someone like yourself who is now a leader of men himself.
Yes, absolutely. I mean, it really shapes the mentality at that point. I still talk like that today. I don't. No matter what we achieve, we've won a lot of ball games here, and let's not let it stop there. Hopefully one day I'll be able to say, hey, in the Super Bowl after the Super Bowl win, hey man, like let's not let it stop there. You know, you're still a husband, you're still a father, you're still a son, you still have work to do. And I think that hit home because a lot of times it's human nature, man. Hey, I achieved this ultimate task. Now I can shut it down. Well, sports, you know, for the guys, the greats, the Michael Jordans of the world, the Tom Brady's of the world, you know, when it comes to sports, let's go run it back to back. Like we can't just be satisfied with that one ring. Let's go get another one. And just in life in general, I mean, okay, you're the best football player ever. What's next? You know what I'm saying? Like you still got a wife and kids waiting on you. They don't care if you win or lose the game. Ultimately, they're living a life that you're in charge of as a man of the household. So that's something that hit home. That's how I was raised. And on my visit, that's what my parents and I saw, and that's something that Coach Brown and that staff held us accountable to do, and that's something that shapes the life of a young man.
We're talking to lifetime Longhorn Rod Wright, who is now a new member of the Texas Hall of Honor. It will happen September the 12th. We just talked to Haley Eckerman, and she's going in with you. The full list will be announced at 10 o'clock today, so we're not giving away any more of that. But my whole thought process is for you guys to be able to achieve those types of honors, you had to be more than just a great football player. As you said, you had to be more than a great teammate. You had to be somebody at this university that was impactful with the way that you went about your business. And listening to you talk, you are the epitome of making sure that it's bigger than just sports.
Absolutely. I mean, here's the deal. I've learned from leaders. So, man, one thing that I pride myself on is I'm not perfect. I'm sure there's a lot of people that can tell you our experience when I was not. And at the end of the day, it comes down to learning from mistakes. And when the leaders I've had, the Corey Reddings of the world, the Marcus Tubbs of the world, those guys that were the leaders before me, and then the guys in the weight room, the Mad Dogs, the Tim Crosses, the Donnie Mae, like those guys that also installed a mentality in us. We that's what it was like, and I'm right now the guy that works with me on the D line with the Texans is Frank Ocam. When he came in, I took it upon myself to mentor him like Marcus Tubbs and Corey Redding mentored me, Caitlin Thornton mentored me. So at the end of the day, like they learned from Casey and Sean Rogers, and they learned from Cedric Woodard. They learned from those guys. And when the younger guys came in, man, I took Frank under my wing. I took Roy Miller, Tim, B-Rock, like all those guys. That's what we knew. You know what I'm saying? And so at the end of the day, I'm just doing what I was taught to do. I was not the greatest leader even then. It was development process, but at the end of the day, like that's the program we had is, we learned from those guys. As a freshman, you come in, like what do I do? Like how do I do this? Well, when you see Corey Redding in the weight room working extra, you see him running to the football, you see him going to class, man, you see him preaching to you every day. And then even after he left, we always joke about this. When we made it to the national championship, he called me and congratulated me. And then right after that, he literally said, "Hey, Rod, tell those guys, focus on the task at hand." And like when I heard that, I was like, my God, that was like I still laugh about that, but like that's what we had. Like we knew all those guys that didn't make it that far were watching that game, and they were cheering for us just like we cheer for those guys today. Like, man, I remember that Arizona State game. I'm in a defensive staff meeting. The game was on silent, but it was on. And like at the point before we won the game, like everybody's like watching me. Whoa, Rob, what's gonna happen? Of course, we pulled it through. we still watch. We're still watching these young guys just like the older guys were watching us. So man, it's really that's what culture is, and when it's your turn to carry the baton, you carry it as far as you can, and you hand it over to that next group of guys, and that's just how it is. And when you're a Longhorn, it don't matter who the coach is, who the player is, man. Like these guys that did it before us, man, it's our turn to carry it as far as we can and continue to evolve and continue to take it to the next level.
And that's what it's all about. Can't thank you enough for taking the time. I know that you're a busy man, but congratulations for your induction into the Texas Longhorn Hall of Honor. Much deserved, and keep spreading that good word, my man.
Absolutely. I appreciate it.
No problem. There he is, Rod Wright, going into the Texas Longhorn Hall of Honor. He's not by himself. They'll have all the other inductees announced at 10 o'clock. But man, oh man, national champion, Rod Wright. Coming up next, we got a special Hardge Knocks Life segment coming up right around the corner, right here on the Morning Kickoff on Sports Radio, AM 1300, The Zone.
We know that a happy place comes in many colors, like ones that inspire a sense of wonder or a new flavor that makes life just a little bit sweeter, or one to celebrate those moments that lift you to new heights. We can reawaken any space to make your happy place your home. CertaPro Painters. That's painting happy. Each CertaPro Painters business is independently owned and operated. Contractor license and registration information is available at CertaPro.com.
What would you pay for peace of mind? How about $1 a day? That's what happens with the professional monitoring plans from Simply Safe. No contracts, no hidden fees, true home security that you're going to have that's proactive, not just reactive. Old school security systems only react once damage is done. Simply Safe is different, designed to help stop crime before it starts. Protect what matters most. Get 50% off your Simply Safe system with professional monitoring. Plus, first month is free. SimplySafeDan.com. There's no safe like Simply Safe.
There's a lot of uncertainty in the world, but one thing's for sure. You need a PC you can rely on. Whether it's for school, gaming, or whatever your next chapter holds, Lenovo.com has the tech to help you succeed. Shop PCs right now at Lenovo.com during their back-to-school sale, where students can save more when they sign up for a Lenovo education account. Free shipping, easy returns, flexible financing. That's Lenovo.com.
Lenovo. Would you drive 10 minutes for $500? That's the distance from CarMax to Henna Chevrolet. And Henna guarantees you $500 more than any CarMax offer for your vehicle. Just show Henna your written CarMax appraisal offer within 7 days, and you'll get $500,000 more guaranteed. Is your time worth $50 a minute? It is at Henna. Come get your money at Henna.com. Together, let's drive.
Lowe's knows big savings make a big difference, especially when you're shopping for appliances. Hurry in to get up to 30% off select major appliances. Plus, My Lowe's Rewards members get free delivery, free haul away, free installation and parts on purchases of $2,500 or more. Lowe's, we help, you save. Valid through 7/30. Selection varies by location. While supplies last. Price, delivery time, and vehicle availability may vary based on order size and location. Exclusions apply. See Lowe's.com/delivery for more details.
From the Odoo.com Traffic Center, Odoo.com, the only business software you will need.
There's a stalled vehicle in the right lane on the service road of 183 northbound at Central Avenue, as well as a crash on 290 eastbound after FM 973. Looking at the drive this morning on I-35 northbound from rush hour traffic between Onion Creek Parkway over to William Cannon Drive, causing a 10-minute slowdown. I'm Jason Fossick with a look at Austin area traffic.
This report is sponsored by Abacus Plumbing, Air Conditioning, and Electrical.
The Abacus VIP plan is the only plan you need. Save on plumbing, AC, and electrical services, including annual maintenance, mainline drain cleaning, generators, water treatment, and 24/7 system monitoring. Only at abacusplumbing.com.
I'm Dr. Damon Tanton for Viome.
Viom's full body intelligence test is the new science in anti-aging and life-extending insights. Viome analyzes your biological age to see if your body is aging too rapidly. You'll learn how making simple, precise changes in certain foods and supplements can, get this, slow your aging, keep you looking young, and help prevent future health issues. Next, Viome doctors design supplements specifically to your body's needs. Their job is to slow down and help reverse how fast your body is aging. And your Viome microbiome test reveals why you have stomach issues, don't sleep well, have low energy, even why you can't lose weight, and more. Viome reboots your body to live longer, live healthier, and look younger.
Viome is changing lives. Order your full body intelligence test online and save $50. Viome guarantees rapid, remarkable health improvements your doctor will notice. Visit Viome.com, promo code THRIVE. That's VIOME.com, promo code THRIVE.
Are you planning a special event or need to secure a construction site? Call Viking Fence today. For all your temporary fencing needs, Viking Fence is the name you can trust. With over 50 years of experience in Central Texas, Viking Fence provides top quality temporary fencing and excellent service. And that's not all. Viking also offers sanitation, dumpster, and mobile storage services to keep your space safe and secure. Give them a call today at 512-601-8911 for a free estimate, or visit vikingfence.com/radio to learn more. Trust Viking Fence, where excellent work, outstanding service, and an honest reputation comes standard. There's no comparison on quality and price. For all your temporary fencing needs, think Viking Fence. Call 512-601-8911. That's 512-601-8911 for a free estimate, or visit vikingfence.com/radio. That's vikingfence.com/radio. vikingfence.com/radio.
Take me out to the ball game.
Book a stay out of town.
Book a spa package and lounge by the pool.
The kids agree that this trip really rules,
So we'll book an apartment with space for the whole family. And it's 1, 2, 3 clicks away to your perfect Booking.com stay.
The right stay can make you a fan of any U.S. city. Booking.com, Booking.yeah.
Official accommodation partner of MLB.
Ooh, ma. What was that? That is business phone bliss with the Ooma cloud phone system. It handles all our voice, video, and messaging needs.
You sound very
calm. I am. Ooma has everything I need to run my business more efficiently, like virtual receptionist, call routing, and video conferencing. And it starts at just $19.95 per month per user, plus taxes and fees.
Ooma.
Nice. Find your business comm at ooma.com/radio.
This is your captain. We are going to be experiencing some slight turbulence. Please fasten your... Oh, hold on. Just got a video of my cat.
Imagine the pilot of an airplane was as confident as you are texting and driving. Seems kind of crazy when you put it like that.
Visit StopTextStopWrecks.org. A message brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, Project Yellow Light, and the Ad Council.
From the ABA Heating and Cooling Weather Center, this is Zone Weather.
Your Austin weather, mostly cloudy early with sunshine for your Wednesday afternoon, a high of 97. Tonight's low 75. Thursday, partly cloudy, a high near 100.
This report is sponsored by Rapid Radios.
Rapid Radios are instant push-to-talk walkie-talkies offering national LTE coverage and no subscription ever. A great alternative to a mobile phone for your kids. For a limited time, go to rapidradios.com and you'll get 60% off. Free UPS shipping. Add code radio and get an extra 5% off.
The music world has lost another legend.
British rock star Ozzy Osbourne had died at the age of 76.
The iconic frontman of Black Sabbath and the godfather of heavy metal.
I'm going off the rails on a crazy train, Mr. Crowley. I'm coming home.
Remember Ozzy through his music. Just open the free iHeartRadio app, search Ozzy, and listen now.
Sports Radio 1300 The Zone, your home for the Horns.
All right, I want to get right into this because two things. Number one, thank you to Rob Wright. Thank you to Haley Eckerman, two of the newest 10-member class of the Texas Hall of Honor that will be officially announced at 10 a.m. Make sure you pay attention to it, because if those two are in it, it's going to be one hell of a class, because that's what they represent. That is what being in the Hall of Honor is all about. I'm excited for both of them. Haley representing volleyball and Rod Wright representing football, and much, much deserved. All right, let's get right into the Cowboys, because there's a lot of discussion. We talked about it in hour one. The Cowboys and Micah Parsons are kind of at a standstill. They continue to go through this long, drawn-out negotiation. Jerry talking about players getting hurt, and J.J. Watt coming to the players' defense, talking about, hey, nothing like being thrown under the bus right away when you're supposed to be out there fighting for this guy that is throwing you under the bus because you get hurt. But Schottenheimer is a guy that we have become fond of. He seems to be a team guy. We had Deuce Vaughn on last week talking about what Schotty brings to the table. Mark himself is back on the Cowboys. I'm not going to call it he's back all the way on the bandwagon, but he's looking good for the Cowboys. He's a fan. He's a fan again.
Might be jumping off the bandwagon after this week.
Yeah, well, that might be a strong possibility from what was going on. But when you think about what the Cowboys are trying to do, and we'll hear from Trayvon Diggs, because we're going to go from a good conversation where he's talking about the running game and he mentions quite a few guys and what they're trying to do during this training camp. And then we will go into the conversation about, Jerry Jones and how he's treating his players. But here's Schottenheimer talking about the Dallas Cowboy run game.
The problem with OTAs for a running back is the game is meant to be played very physically. So the way you run through the hole is different when you're wearing pads or you're in a 9-on-7 period than it is when you're running around in shorts and T-shirts and OTAs. They'll all get reps, but I will say again, of the two veteran guys, they're very different. Javonte looks great. Miles looks great. We're excited about Jaden. Hunter Lepke, I always talk about him just with his versatility and what he can do. And, of course, there's, Deuce. But that's one of the matchups in one of the position rooms that we're very excited to watch and see where it develops, not only through practice, but in through the preseason games.
You got to be careful, right? You got to be understandable about what you're going to ask of those guys during the practices, plus the games, and the contact in which they're going to go, and how are you going to be able to judge them during those times. So that's going to be something to pay attention to as well, because the weapons are Dak Prescott, CeeDee Lamb, George Pickens, Ferguson at tight end, and whoever the number 3 is going to be, Jalen Brooks, and what they bring to the table. The running game will be an extra part of it with Jaden Blue. Obviously, Miles Sanders looks like he's in amazing shape. And, of course, I'm hopeful that our guy Deuce Vaughn will get an opportunity to be a part of what the Cowboys are doing moving forward. But I want you to hear from Trayvon Diggs. He's not as happy. He's a little disappointed. And, of course, Jerry is the reason behind a lot of this. But I want you to hear Diggs talking about the injuries and how he's not even thinking about it.
So nobody wants to get injured. It just happened to be unfortunate. I've, had injuries. My first 3 years, I did everything I was supposed to do to get paid. So I feel like that's why I got paid, because of the things that I did on the field my first 3 years. No one's thinking about, he's going to get hurt next year, let's not pay him. No, that's not how things work. You get paid for the stuff that you do on the field. You perform your performance, and then that's how you get paid. And I feel like, it's unfortunate I had 2 back-to-back injuries, but I'm in a great space. I'm positive. I know when I get on the field what I'm going to do, so I'm not really worried about that. It's just all about getting back on the field, staying healthy, and, once I'm healthy, I'm going to perform.
Still happy here?
One more time?
Still happy here?
Yeah, I'm still happy here. I got great teammates, my friends, my brothers. They come, we check on each other, we talk, we tight. It's a tight group, so, I'm very happy here, and, yeah.
Well, here's the thing. You're very happy there, and rightfully so because of your teammates. You never said anything about the ownership, which I don't blame you. And this is the thing that I've always tried to understand. It's the chicken before the egg type of deal, right? You sit here and you say, well, what you did was water under the bridge. That's what Jerry said, right? But now I'm trying to get paid for my future, and you're trying to tell me that my past don't matter. So how is that even possible? And it's a terrible, terrible negotiation side of it because you have to perform because you're under contract. You do well. You deserve to get paid. You get a pay raise because you see that things change. But yet the ownership is talking about, well, you're older now, so I don't want to pay you.
Yeah, they be cutting them pennies, don't they?
That does not make sense and is counterproductive for what is being done. Well, Diggs, who did not show up for the practices, and in the contract, it states that he would be docked his pay, even though he may try to get it back on another part of it. And Jerry said the other day, well, I got to keep it to the contract, and I don't want people to set a precedent by thinking that they can stay out and still get their money. But here's Diggs with Micah Parsons.
Did you expect
the dock and pay?
No, I didn't expect that. That kind of hurt my feelings. But it's okay. Hopefully, I'll make it back in his senses.
Yeah, we gotta understand where he's coming from. His brother just got cleared and he tore his ACL. Maybe came back 6 months, 3-4 months early.
Yeah.
Over at Alchemy, I went over there with him. They got some of the best recovery.
Yeah, he came to check on me. Made sure I was doing all I was supposed to do.
At the end of the day, this is his business. His body is his body equity. He gotta feel like he gotta do his best for his body. And because at the end of the day, if he's not available, what they gonna do? Get rid of him. You know what I mean? So he gotta keep his body up to par.
Were the Jerry comments hurtful yesterday?
I think, I just put it like this. I wouldn't say they were hurtful. I would just say that,
everyone has their.
We are going to take care, each other. I think overall, I want to take care of him in the same way I want to go out there and play for Jerry Jones. It's just how I feel like that's how we should look at each other. We're all here. There is no difference between us.
Jerry questioned your leadership.
Yeah.
Saying, I need you here. How did you take those comments?
I feel like, me, I'm not even a vocal leader. I'm not going to be screaming at guys. I'm not going to be yelling at guys. How I'm a leader is what I do on the field, how I perform on the field, the things that I do in practice hard, working hard. So that's how I lead in my way. I'm a leader in my way. I'm continuing to lead in my way. I'm not going to change who I am. I'm not going to change and start talking and being a vocal guy. That's just not me. That's not who I am. But I will lead in different ways, and I feel like I do that. I feel like the things I do on the field, the things I do in practice shows enough.
I can't agree more. You show up and you play, you get things done. And that's exactly what they've been able to do. So when you start to look at this Dallas Cowboy team, what they've been up against, what they have to deal with throughout these moments, you start to understand that, hey, Jerry, I get it. Love what you love to do. Be that person and want to be in the spotlight. But your players showing up, showing good faith to one another, has now shown in a light to where you, Jerry Jones, are under this microscope.
Well, Jerry's creating an atmosphere in which his players are not with him. He's creating especially with those comments yesterday about he threw pretty much everybody under the bus. Parsons, he threw
everybody has had an injury.
Yes, everyone has had not even that because Parsons wasn't hurt and he threw him under the bus too.
Yep.
With that same statement about injuries.
Well, Micah did miss a couple games last year, but it wasn't in the place of not being able to perform. They were trying to hold him out.
Yeah.
But now the Cowboys are putting it to where the fan base is upset.
Yeah, they're upset with
Jerry Jones and we've talked about this before. The only way you can affect Jerry Jones is to hurt him in his pocketbook. And how do you do that? Not showing up for training camp. How do you do that? Not buying those tickets to those preseason games that they want you to be at that they keep robbing us for. Is that something that you want to look at? I think not. I think as a Cowboy fan, and again, I am here. I am going to be there. I'm a fan of it all. But the fact of the matter is Jerry makes it hard on all of us to continue to sit in the mirror every Sunday, put on that makeup, put that red nose on with the red curly hair and be a part of the clown show. It's very, very difficult for me to continue to sit here and support. Now, people can say, well, Jerry knows what he's doing. No, he doesn't. It's been proven.
Nah. Son,
why are you waiting so long to lock up your key players? If you look at what Philadelphia has been able to do, and I'm going to keep going back to Philadelphia because they're giving us the blueprint. They have done it. They have done amazing things. They have created an atmosphere of winning. They've gone to the Super Bowl. They've gone to the championship game. They have done it all.
Multiple times.
Put yourself in a position of success now, and that is staying ahead of what the current atmosphere is in paying these players. Yet Jerry wants to wait around and see what can happen. Not the right idea, Jerry. Not the right idea. Coming up next, we're going to close out the show and send you to Dan Patrick. But the Round Rock Express have a very, very special event that is happening this weekend, and I think you're going to enjoy it. I was going to be a part of it, but I'm out of town. We'll talk about it right here on the Morning Kickoff on Sports Radio, AM 1300, The Zone.
Coach Sark here. Stay connected to the Longhorns on the free iHeartRadio app.
Breaks a tackle, 30, turns down the sidelines. Say goodnight to this one. Touchdown, Texas.
Just search 1300 The Zone. Hook 'em.
The JB and Sandy Show podcast. Stream it on the iHeartRadio app.
There's a crash on 290 eastbound just after FM 973, as well as a wreck on 628 Comanche Trail. Looking onto the service road of 183 northbound at Central Avenue for a stalled vehicle in the right lane at about a 5 to 7 minute delay due to some stop-and-go traffic on Mopac northbound going from Davis Lane to Loop 360. I'm Jason Fossick with a look at Austin area traffic.
This report is sponsored by Progressive Insurance. Progressive Insurance can help you protect your home, auto, boat, motorcycle, ATV, and RV, and more. And if something wasn't mentioned that you had in mind, find out if it can be covered at Progressive.com or 1-800-PROGRESSIVE, because it probably can be.
Hardball Hardge here for Covert Chevy in Hutto. This July, make every mile a celebration with Covert Chevy in Hutto. Take $12,000 off of MSRP on a new 2025 Silverado 1500 Custom, or $6,000 off MSRP on a new 2025 Tahoe Premier. Summer adventures start here with big patriotic savings all month long. Come and see us at Covert Chevy in Hutto off of 79, or just shop CovertChevyHutto.com and tell them Hardball Hardge sent you.
Ice Cube's Big Three live from Cincinnati this Saturday, 1 p.m. on CBS. Physical and fiercely competitive 3-on-3 basketball. Houston must win to keep their playoff hopes alive against the physical Miami 305. Starring Michael Beasley and Lance Stevenson coming off a heartbreaking loss. Then Dwight Howard and the surging LA Riot fight the Detroit Amps for a share of first place. Plus 2 more games. Basketball the way it's meant to be played. Big Three live on CBS and Vice this Saturday, 1 p.m. Eastern, 10 Pacific.
Yay!
Hey there, history fans.
iHeartRadio brings you a brand new history podcast.
It's called American History Hotline,
where you ask the question,
what is political technology?
Did George Washington really cut down a territory?
Were JFK and Marilyn Monroe having an affair?
And American History Hotline gets to the bottom of it.
I'm so glad you asked me this question.
This is such a ridiculous story that we tell ourselves because we don't want to know the real story.
Open your free iHeartRadio app. Search American History Hotline and listen now.
Want to win cash while watching sports? All it takes is 3 simple steps. Download the Better app, pick more or less on player stats, watch the games, and win some cash. It's that simple. Better Picks is available in 33 states, including Texas, California, and Georgia. Download the Better app today. That's Better, B-E-T-R, and get a free $10, no deposit necessary. Must be 21 or older and in a jurisdiction where Better Picks operates. Terms and conditions apply. Better Picks. Sports just got better.
Do Crohn's disease or ulcerative colitis symptoms keep coming back? Tremfya, guselkumab, may help, with rapid remission achieved at 12 weeks and lasting clinical remission at 1 year. Some even saw visible improvement of their intestinal lining at 12 weeks and 1 year. Tremfya is a prescription medicine used to treat adults with moderately to severely active Crohn's disease and adults with moderately to severely active ulcerative colitis. Serious allergic reactions and increased risk of infections and liver problems may occur. Before treatment, your doctor should check you for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor if you have an infection, flu-like symptoms, or if you need a vaccine. Healing is possible with Tremfya. Approximately 3 out of 10 patients were in endoscopic remission at 1 year, based on areas visualized on colonoscopy, which may not represent the deeper bowel layer or entire GI tract. Individual results may vary. Ask your doctor about Tremfya today. Call 1-800-526-7736 to learn more or visit tremfyaradio.com.
Hi, Zoe Saldana. Welcome to T-Mobile. Here's your new iPhone 16 Pro on us.
Thanks. And here's my old phone to trade in.
You don't need a trade-in. When you switch to T-Mobile, we'll give you a new iPhone 16 Pro. Plus, we'll help you pay off your old phone up to $800, and you still get to keep it.
There's always a trade-in.
Not right now at T-Mobile.
I feel like I have to give you something in return for karma.
That's okay.
I don't really have much in my purse. Oh, let's see. Hand sanitizer. It's lavender.
I'm good. Seriously.
Let me check this pocket. Oh, mints?
Really, I'm fine.
Oh, I have raisins. I'm a mom. Wait one sec. I've got cupcakes in the car.
It's our best iPhone offer ever. Switch to T-Mobile. Get a new iPhone 16 Pro with Apple Intelligence on us. No trade-in needed. We'll even pay off your phone up to $800.
With 24 monthly bill credits, new line $100 plus amount of experience beyond finance agreement $999.99 and qualifying imported. For welcome off plus tax and $10 connection charge. Payout via virtual prepaid card. Allow 15 days. Credits end and balance due if you pay off earlier. Cancel. See T-Mobile.com.
Jamie Lee Curtis and Lindsay Lohan are back in Disney's Freakier Friday.
Yes. OMG, yes.
On August 8th.
We switched bodies. I didn't want to be a part of this family, and now I'm part of some dodgy family curse. And I'm the eldest.
The ultimate movie event of the summer arrives.
I think I just peed a little.
Disney's Freakier Friday. In theaters August 8th. Get tickets now.
Oh, this is cool. Let's do it.
Rated PG. Parental guidance suggested. Sports Radio 1300 The Zone. Covering the 40 acres.
Welcome back to the morning kickoff right here on Sports Radio AM 1300 The Zone. Mike Hardball Hard. We've got our guy Marcus behind the board. Mark Henry is on the road, but he will be back with us tomorrow. Bringing it to you. I will be going on vacation after tomorrow's show. Eric Henry, of course, for 7 will be joining the show. With Mark Henry, he'll be driving the bus. He'll also be with us tomorrow as well, because that's his weekly segment. We also want to thank Danny Davis of the Austin American Statesman. We want to thank Haley Eckerman of the Hall of Honor, from Texas Hall of Honor. She will be inducted into that on September the 12th, as will Rob Wright, former Texas defensive lineman who is now coaching with the Houston Texans. Haley is the head coach of the Kent State Golden Flashes, as she now has been able to transfer and give back to the community in which she serves. I want to get into this conversation because it is important to understand that the Round Rock Express do some really cool things. They just had the AUSL softball games that were being played there with Cat Osterman, and it sold out. It was one of the greatest achievements of AUSL softball and what they were able to achieve as far as being able to pack the house and sell out. Well, Round Rock has always told me, the great folks over there with Chris Amadeus, the president of the Round Rock Express, and Tim Jackson, the general manager over there, what they always have told me is they can't control anything that happens on the field for the Round Rock Express. They can control everything that happens outside of it. Well, this is something that they can help control, because they have now decided that they are going to have a major league home run derby at the Dell Diamond this Saturday, July the 26th. And here's the cool thing. I'm going to give you the names of the participants in this particular home run derby. Reese Atwood of the University of Texas. Todd Frazier, former Major League player. Kevin Mitch, Elizabeth Mason, Josh Reddick, Travis Saunders, Grady Emerson, Adrian Gonzalez. That's right. Maya Perez, Katie Stewart, former Texas Longhorns, or still Texas Longhorn softball player, Hunter Pence, Nick Swisher, and here's 2 names for you folks. Kevin Millar and Manny Ramirez.
Oh, there's some names in there.
Yeah. There will be some balls hitting out of the park by so many members.
Better get the kids. You better get the kids in the outfield.
You better get some kids with some
Don't
gloves.
be robbing home runs, kids.
Y'all better bring y'all gloves because there will be some heat-seeking missiles. The cool thing about it is I was going to be a part of this deal. But your boy is going out of town.
Well, you know.
So I'm not going to be there to embarrass myself and hurt myself because it's been a while since I've swung a bat. But it's like riding a bat.
You would have been getting a little practice swings in at the
for
cages
sure.
before this.
For sure.
So.
I'd have been over at THZ with my boy Brian, and I would have had him doing soft toss with me. They would have been getting me right. That is for sure.
Nice and loose and right and ready to go.
Yeah, for sure. But I think this is going to be an awesome, awesome event. All you got to do is get over to roundrockexpress.com. They have all the information there. It is going to be fun. I'm going to try and get one of the participants on the show tomorrow. It won't be Manny Ramirez. I'm trying to get my former manager, Dave Jouse, who is flying into town to throw to Kevin Millar and Manny Ramirez during that time because he throws great BP. He was the pitcher to Pete Alonso when Pete Alonso, the big polar bear, was winning the home run derby. So get out to the Dale Diamond, roundrockexpress.com. Make sure you tune in to the Craig Way Show this afternoon from 2 to 5 as he will have all of the names of the great people that will be inducted into the Texas Hall of Honor. Thank you to Haley Eckerman. Thank you to Rod Wright. Thank you to Danny Davis. Make sure you tune in tomorrow because I promise we will be better. For Marcus, for Mark Henry, I'm Hardball Hardge. And just remember this, don't believe everything you see because even salt looks like sugar. Peace.
Is credit card debt ruining your life? Did you know you have a right to settle that debt for much less than you owe? DebtBlue has helped people just like you resolve millions of dollars of high-interest credit card debt. They can help with payment relief, the burden of rising inflation, and have a large portion of your debt wiped clean. If